news with Grad. News with Gina Grad. Breaking, viral, weird crime, protest, politics. Give me news with Gina Grad. Stuff they saw on TMZ. Joe Biden, Kamala. Beat news with Gina Grad.
The news with Gina Grad.
Well, we will definitely have more on this tomorrow, but wanted to get a jump on it as we record this. Fox News reports that actress Rose McGowan will appear alongside Republican California gubernatorial candidate Larry Elder to address the media later today as we record this, which is also 2 days before the state's recall election in which Elder is trying to unseat Newsom. So why is McGowan involved in this? Well, she claims that 6 months before she came forward with sexual assault allegations against Harvey Weinstein, Newsom's wife reached out to her, relaying a message from Weinstein's attorney saying, how do we work this out so this doesn't become a thing? Here's a minute. I just pulled a minute of Larry Elder talking to local SoCal media about what happened.
According to Rose McGowan, the wife of Gavin Newsom called Rose McGowan about 6 months before the story broke and said, on behalf of Harvey Weinstein's lawyer, how can I make you happy? How can I make this story go away? Now, I don't know whether it's true that Gavin Newsom's wife called on behalf of Harvey Weinstein's lawyer and tried to get Rose McGowan to back off her allegation 6 months before the allegations blew up. I don't know if it's true. All I know is that if that allegation were made about my significant other, that my significant other called Rose McGowan on behalf of Harvey Weinstein's lawyer and said, how can we make this story go away? How can I make you happy? CNN will be talking about it. The Washington Post will be talking about it. The New York Times will be talking about it. Politico will be talking about it. But right now, it's radio free silence. Newsmax has asked me about it, and it was published in Real Clear Politics. Outside of that, the mainstream media doesn't give a damn. This is a double standard to which I've been subjected to the entire time I've been running, Alex and Marla, and it's unfair.
Hey, I heard about this story. I hate all the stupid mudslinging, but that's where we're at. So here's the deal. I hate Gavin Newsom, obviously. I still don't like all the delving into everyone's shit. I don't like it, but unfortunately, Gavin and company drew first blood because they've spoken. They haven't said anything about Larry Elder's policies. They've been too busy calling him the blackface of white racism or white supremacy and getting into these old stories about getting in an argument with the girlfriend and did they have a gun?
Brandish
did he brandish a gun? Yeah. Like what? They dug up all this shit. That's what they always do. And now I guess turnabout is fair play.
Well,
but
and also Larry isn't doing it. He's saying Rose is doing it. And Larry's going, oh, that's weird.
All right. My prediction is now, here's how this stuff works. It could be a huge story or it can be a nothing burger. It'll be up to the news outlets to figure out whether it blows up or not. They're not going to let it blow up this close to the recall. Yeah. So I don't suspect any front page on LA Times or top of the CNN news stories. I think it'll get tamped down. And then if it resurfaces, it'll resurface after the runoff election or after the recall.
And I have to say that whatever you think of Rose McGowan, boy, is she fair. Doesn't matter what political party these moguls are associated with, she'll take you down.
But what would Gavin Newsom's wife know, or what dominion would she have over Weinstein? I mean, who knows?
I mean,
it's a little incestuous little group over here, and they run with, Newsom runs in pretty highfalutin circles.
Well, and you think of all the Epstein photos with, we're talking everyone literally between Trump and Bill Clinton. I mean, who knows what we don't know? Yeah,
but what did Gavin Newsom's wife do, or what could she do? Anyway, it'll be interesting. I like the turnabout part of it because this is where we're at. I don't know if we can ever unring this bell or get the horse back in the barn where it's just like, here are the topics. Here's what we're going to talk about. We'll stay on the topics, and whatever you do in your love life or whatever, again, just calling people racist or misogynistic or whatever, it seems like such a colossal waste of time. Also, it's also kind of interesting where I don't know how old Larry Elder is. Larry Elder's probably 64 years old or something. If you've made it from 0 to 64 and you are in fact racist, but you have no history of racism, you'll probably make it to your grave. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what lurks in the hearts of radio show hosts? But the point is if in fact you've made it past 60 and you've never done any harm to a black man, probably because you're a black man or not, we'll just turn the page.
Yeah.
We'll keep moving forward.
It was a little odd that they unearthed, as Brian likes to say, the speech Elder was giving about saying he would have voted against civil rights. That's a little fun little thing to have before the recall election. But wouldn't you know it, the Sun reports, in an interview on the Rubin Report, McGowan told Dave Rubin, quote, "So this woman, I don't know, some blonde lady with the last name Newsom, cold calls me and was like, David Boyce, who's the attorney, wants to know what it would take to make you happy." And then it says a report from the New Yorker also showed that in 2017, Boyce attempted to dig up dirt on Weinstein accusers to smear their credibility. So there is some interweaving in there somewhere.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll listen.
Holyfield Belfort. TMZ reports that Evander Holyfield was knocked out in the first round against Belfort. Meanwhile, Triller's Ryan Kavanaugh has announced he's proposing a $30 million winner-take-all fight against Jake Paul. So you were busy. I don't know what you saw of it or what you didn't. Here's a clip of the final moment of the fight where the ref kind of jumps in to stop things. Feel free to commentate.
Vitor Belfort of the UFC is fighting last-minute replacement. So, all right, now I'm confused because I was on the plane with Mike, and Mike announced this to me a couple hours ago and said he was replacing, God, I'll think of his name, Oscar De La Hoya. And I said, Oscar De La Hoya? Oscar De La Hoya is significantly smaller than both these guys. Like, I'd be surprised if he was fighting. And he said Holyfield took it on 8 days' notice. And I said, all right, well, we'll show the clip anyway.
So feel free to do the play-by-play here.
Yeah, sorry. There's, we're fast-forwarding or scrubbing. But Holyfield took it on 8 days' notice. I don't know, Larry Elder, 69, did you say? Man, I'm just looking at my screen. All right. Sorry, here we go. Still in Holyfield's still in damn good shape. I mean, he looks good for a 50-something-year-old guy.
To the face, to the body. Holyfield's protecting himself, trying. Uppercut.
Do we need to see Holyfield do this? And by the way, I don't know. The ref didn't need to stop it. But did he fill in for De La Hoya?
Yes. He was in need of a replacement to keep the boxing card intact. Let's see. Unhappy with his comeback fight being held up, Holyfield reportedly is claiming breach of contract. But why is La Hoya out?
COVID, I think. By the way, this COVID is, if you're looking to get out of something with a week's notice, you just go test positive for COVID.
Quarantine.
And you can't really fake like getting into a car accident or something, but you could probably just tell people I tested positive for COVID and they'll just leave you alone.
Stay away happily.
But De La Hoya is quite a bit smaller than Vitor Belfort.
But doesn't that help in some ways? Like we talk about compact action stars.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't help.
Translate.
No, it doesn't help. It's better to be bigger and fight guys that are smaller than you.
Holyfield's a big guy.
He is, but he's old and he took the fight on 8 days' notice. You can't. The guy's been retired for 15 years. You can't do a fight on a week's notice. Well, like he had to have a camp and stuff.
The payday must have been worth it because that was a pretty short fight. But that's not even all to talk about. The fans in attendance loved having the presence of Donald Trump at the event. Many in the crowd chanting, "We want Trump," after the national anthem. Here's a little clip from that moment. They're very happy.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. This is an honor to be with you, and what a great evening. And I think you're going to see an incredible fight. And Jorge, it's great, Junior. It's great to be with you guys and champions. We love you, man. Special people. Special warriors.
Still going strong. So
I think he's probably having a lot more fun not being president because when he was president, it was just one big shit show after the next. And now, I mean, imagine if you're, I mean, it's everywhere now, but imagine you just wake up every morning like CNN said you called the people at Arlington losers, where you stood over there. If you didn't do it, you'd go out of your mind like all day, every day, right? Like I never said that or whatever it is. He can just go about his life now. He can just fucking have fun. He's going to have...
Be a celebrity.
He's a celebrity, yeah. Just be a celebrity.
But he's campaigning.
I know, no. He's
do it again.
He's coming back, but I'm just saying, I don't know. I would just enjoy this.
I personally wouldn't want every world leader on the planet knowing who I was and blaming me for anything.
Yes.
That's just me.
Yes.
This is something that I don't know if this affects Sunny or not, actually, depending on what district you're in, but the Los Angeles Board of Education is expected to announce a COVID-19 vaccine mandate for kids 12 and older. So here's the deal. KLAS reports that about half of all students 12 and older have already been vaccinated. Under the district's mandate, the first students affected would be those involved in school-sponsored extracurricular activities like sports, drama club, chorus, band. Those students who are 12 or older must receive a first vaccine dose no later than October 3rd and a second dose no later than October 31st. All LA Unified, basically, the school district, has some of the strictest COVID restrictions in the country. Lawsuits, of course, expected to be filed after this mandate goes into effect.
Why does LA have to be the biggest puss city in the fucking free world? It's like they're not doing this in Europe. By the way, in Europe, you don't have to wear masks to go back to school because they're worthless and they just want fuck it. You go, why? I know we love rules. What is it? What is that thing that we love fucking rules so much in LA? And by the way, this is the undoing of California. It's the rules. People talk about, well, you know, what's COVID have to do with building? What's building have to do with parking? What's parking have to do with the school system? It's all one big rule.
Yeah.
It's just rules. We love fucking telling people what to do. It's weird. People used to come to California and let their freak flag fly. That's why you came to California. Now it's one big mobbed up fucking rule for everything. And the reason people are leaving is because they don't like all the fucking rules. It's not even, by the way, the rules, you know, if you broke it off individually, you'd go, well, okay, vaccines, that makes sense, and masks, okay, and parking, okay, and then you need a permit, like, okay, and people shouldn't smoke on the patio of the restaurant, okay. Like, if you take them all individually, you kind of go, all right, but collectively, it's just one big rule.
Yeah.
So LA is just one huge fucking rule now, and it's kind of the opposite of this, the thought of this country, or at least what's behind it, and that's why people are leaving. That's what we don't want. We don't want all the rules. Although some people seem to really get off on it.
Yeah. And can I tell you, this is a side note, there's now money, not a lot of money, but now there's finally money being put into the vaccine research about how it affects women's menstrual cycles.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you, I now get my period every 3 weeks, and it is a fucking shit show.
Bonus period.
Is Sonny still here? Let's get him back on the mic. See what he thinks about that.
I mean, like, this is, I called the doctor. I was like, I don't know, must be my age or something weird, or once I hit this, and I got this article sent to me. I was like, oh shit. And now they're putting research in, like, people are having breakthrough bleeding, people who are on like the shot and like the depot where they're like, I'm having a period again. Like, something is going on, and they don't think it's hormonal. They think it's a reaction to inflammation. But just know, if you're a woman listening to this, it's very possible that those things are related. I don't know, freak out, don't freak out, but there's a correlation there.
Hey, can I ask a question based on something you said? I'm ignorant, so I'm interested in what the perspective is on this. I've heard it for a long time. Well, I hate the rules. We all hate the rules. Of course, we all hate the rules. Everyone's leaving. Why do house prices keep going up?
It's a good question. Well, I think what we're going to have is California's just going to have super rich and super poor, like destitute. Like, I think that's what it is. So, because the people there are people that have so much money that they don't care.
Sure.
And those
Sure.
people are
They're
always
very
going to
lucky.
be here. And for that reason, the house prices, I think, will keep going up. But you're right. They should go down. Well, I'll tell you what it is.
I'm sure there's more than one
I'll
factor.
tell you
I'm
what
sure
it
there's
is.
many
I'll tell you what it
factors.
is. We can't develop. So we got so many fucking rules and so many regulations that we're not building. So we have a limited inventory because it's so expensive to build houses in California that the inventory isn't what it is in other places. When we travel around, they're building everywhere, like all the time. They're fucking going nuts. Like when you go to Nashville, even Kansas City was this way. When you travel around, it's booming. You just see cranes and big condos going up like everywhere. I think that the over-regulation, that it costs maybe 2 or 3 times as much to build a house here, means our inventory's down. If the inventory's down, the prices are going to go up, just like, I don't know if we're still there, but used cars were really expensive because inventory was down because they didn't have the chips. And anytime, it's not like used cars got better. It's just inventory went down, prices went up.
Also, with COVID, people were getting as fast as they could away from apartment living, and everybody's flocking to single-family homes. But that's what I've been asking for how long now? The homeless population is out of control. The graffiti's out of control. The crime is out of control. And yet, me being a homeowner, is more unattainable than it's ever been.
I think it is in California, maybe twice as much as the median, maybe more. But that's okay because gas is $5 a gallon.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
So it evens out.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, somebody told me, somebody who with an inside scoop about Catalina said that, maybe we talked about this, but there is one gas station and the price is around $6.19 a gallon.
Yeah, in Malibu, it's like $5.30.
Yeah.
Like it's not that
No,
much
it's the same.
less. Yeah.
You've spoken a little bit about what's going on in New Zealand and Australia and their lockdowns and stuff.
They're going nuts over there.
Here's a new one for you. In Australia, a new law is limiting how much alcohol some residents can consume daily while in lockdown due to COVID. So anyone living in public housing complexes are allowed to have either a 6-pack of beer or a bottle of wine or 1 bottle or 375 milliliters of hard liquor per day. Residents of the social housing estate have complained that care packages being sent to from friends and relatives, they're being searched and rifled through before they're delivered. Residents can consult with a clinician if they need more than the allowed limit. If you need a
I'd
prescription.
love to meet Dr. Bombay. Dr. Bombay Gin.
Bombay Sapphire.
Yeah.
Sounds like some bag searches have been going on. Excess amount of alcohol has been confiscated.
They're arresting people on the beach. They're like handcuffing people. They are going fucking nuts in New Zealand and Australia. They have fucking stepped up this whole COVID thing, and they're breaking up shit that they shot a bunch of dogs.
What?
Because somebody, you can find this story, Chris. Somebody was going to go rescue these dogs from like the pound or something, and they didn't want the people to come rescue them. They are in full crazy, like Orwellian lockdown.
That's not the
over there.
Australia we know, though. It's like party town.
They literally were handcuffing teenage boys who were on the beach. They put these dogs down because they thought someone was going to come rescue them. They've been they're going nuts over there. They're whatever we are. They're sort of California, medium nuts, oppressive lockdown. Then there's Canada, which is quite a few clicks up from us in the oppressive lockdown department. And then there's Australia and New Zealand. They're way, way far gone. Wow. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
crazy.
my God.
You can
The dog
find
thing
a
is
couple of
insane.
those
Yeah.
stories. What is that story?
So in August, local government in rural Australia, they fatally shot dogs that were set to go to an animal shelter. I believe it was 15 dogs, 10 puppies were part of it, to protect its employees, its community, including vulnerable Aboriginal populations.
I don't understand the connection.
They don't want people leaving. I mean, they're locking people in their houses and shit. They're arresting kids on the beach. There's a footage of like kids being arrested on the beach at night and
They're
stuff like
taking
that.
6-packs out of your grocery
They're
bag.
going fucking nuts.
God damn.
Yeah.
And because, as you've always said, ever since the Cecil the Lion, they shot a puppy.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck you. It's on.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like that. Well, let's do a redeeming dog story that will make us feel better. Miami International Airport has a new program that employs COVID-sniffing dogs. They have 2 little guys. Their first recruit is a 7-year-old Belgian Malinois named Cobra and a 7-year-old Dutch Shepherd named One Beta. Cobra and One Beta will spend their shifts sniffing the face coverings of employees passing through a checkpoint to detect the presence of the virus through sweat, breath, and scent due to metabolic changes that the virus causes in the body.
I was thinking about sharing germs with Mike. At some point, I forgot my mask, and Mike just like reached into his pocket of his pants and he pulled out his extra mask, and he's like, "Here you go." And I put it on. And then when we got into I wore it through KC and everything. And then when we ate barbecue and stuff, and then when we got to the Uber this morning, Mike's like, "Oh shit, I don't have my mask," and I pulled that one out, the same balled up one that he gave me. I was like, "I brought an extra one, take it," and he put it right back on. So we're Eskimo brothers.
Yeah, you
man.
really are. And we're talking one of those shitty blue surgical paper masks.
No, this is a shitty blue cloth one that's
worse.
equally as ineffective. And he told me it doesn't stay up around the nose, but I gave it back to him. So
well, you'll
it's
like
gross.
this, and you'll feel, I think, validated by it. Experts say the canine's accuracy rivals traditional coronavirus tests and even some lab equipment. He cited a double-blind study with these dogs. One Beta's accuracy rate was 98.1%. Cobra's was 99.4%.
Dogs can sniff anything. I've been saying this for a million years. The second I heard, and this is like 25 years ago, when I heard a story once that the dog could sniff out a joint that was packed in coffee grounds and welded into a truck fender.
Impressive.
And I was like, well, then they can sniff anything.
Yeah.
They don't just sniff pot. They can sniff anything. And I was like, once they can sniff anything, then they can sniff out cancer and venereal diseases and yeast infections and whatever the fuck else we got going on. Because everything in nature has a smell. Everything, if you pop a boil or something, it's got its own weird smell to it. You know, everything in your mouth, everything's got a smell to it. Dogs can smell everything. Then why can't they smell cancer? Cancer, venereal disease, they all come with a smell. They have to have a smell. And then everyone always looked at me like I was insane. But
Makes sense.
now dogs do sniff everything, and we should train them to sniff everything.
Question. If a dog can smell, I'm making this up, 500 times better and more accurately than humans, why do they eat cat shit?
Oh, my God.
What must that smell
Maybe
like
they
to
can
them?
smell the sweet food inside.
Oh, my God.
It's just like defending your life.
Yeah.
With,
We're the
Rip
little
Torn.
brains.
brains.
The little brains.
And the dogs aren't?
Right. Rip Torn was eating his mush and it would taste like shit to you, but he's at a different level.
Okay.
This is damn exciting stuff.
Yes.
I guess that's an answer.
All right, let's do one more.
All right. Well, let's talk about the future. And the future is here in Dubai. A new grocery store has opened there, and it's taking things to a whole new level. Here is how you would never have to worry about where your wallet was, Adam. Selling stuff, no cashiers, but like in a new way. This store, it's put together by this company called Carolla. It features 100 small surveillance cameras in the ceiling, as well as sensors on the shelves. The movements and purchases of customers are tracked, and 5 minutes after customers leave the store, their phones just download their receipt for whatever they purchased. This also basically eliminates the chance of shoplifting. You just take it, you leave, and don't worry, they're watching you and they will charge you appropriately.
Still need baggers.
Yeah.
I can't figure out Dubai. I'm trying to think if I love it or hate it or it'd be insane to go there.
It's interesting. It seems like technologically and architecturally, it's the city of the future. And maybe religiously or socially, it's a little
Well, they have like
behind us.
indoor skiing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
They have like man-made islands.
Yes.
Anything technically is possible.
For sure.
But there's all these horror stories of all their labors, just a bunch of poor Indian guys who come in there and live in these shanty towns, and there's always that.
And don't kiss on the beach or you could be arrested.
Oh, really? Is a lot of Sharia over there?
I don't know about Sharia. I think it follows Islamic law.
Hey, Dawson, tell Rich Banks is a tribute to what's going on in Afghanistan. He should write a parody song to Stevie Wonder's "My Sharia Law." No kissing on the beach.
Or you'll get flogged.
My Sharia Law. Can't leave the house without a male escort family. Remember?
All right.
Did we hear this in the Uber? Where were we?
We were in the car on the way here.
We're in the car on the way here.
Yeah, you and I listened together.
Oh, how romantic.
Oh, yeah, we held hands.
You'd have to.
Well, it was the kind of thing where I was going for the stick shift, and then Chris's hand kind of wandered over the cup holder, and we just touched.
Your eyes meet.
And we just looked at each other, and we just didn't move away.
I get it.
Smart.
That's sweet.
My Sharia law, gonna blind you with acid for reading. Oh, come on, Rich. My Sharia law, gonna round up the girls and throw them in a well. All right.
We'll workshop it.
We'll workshop it. We'll figure it out. All right, let's bring it home, Gina
You
Grad.
got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
She's a little bitch. Gina Grad.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Well, last but not least, there's Headspace. If you've got 10 minutes, you can change your life. Headspace, daily dose of mindfulness in the form of guided meditations in an easy-to-use app. Overwhelmed? Headspace has 3-minute SOS meditations you can do. Need help falling asleep? Headspace has wind-down sessions. Parents, Headspace has more morning meditations you can do with your kids. Reduce stress, improve sleep, boost focus, and increase your overall sense of well-being. Now more than ever, man, you got to get your head right, and Headspace is the way to do it. Backed by 25 studies, 600,000 five-star reviews, and over 60 million downloads. It's Headspace, right, Dawson?
You deserve to feel happier, and Headspace is meditation made simple. Go to headspace.com/Adam. That's headspace.com/Adam for a free 1-month trial with access to Headspace's full library of meditations for every situation. This is the best deal offered right now. Head to headspace.com/Adam today.
Frank Grillo's going to join us tomorrow. That dude's a stud, so we'll look forward to that. I'm going to be at Solana Beach, or we're going to be at Solana Beach at the Belly Up September 22nd. We'll do a live show there, and we'll do stand-up there, and Adam Ray will be there. Park West in Chicago doing stand-up there September 24th. You can go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live shows. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Sonny Carolla and Gina Grad and Bald Bryan. Say it. Mahalo. Who knows what lurks in the hearts of radio show hosts?
Follow the Adam Carolla Show on Twitter at Adam Carolla Show. Follow Ace on Twitter at Adam Carolla. You can leave us a voicemail at 888-634-1744. Catch Gina Grad on the podcast, Easy Listening, Bald Bryan on the Phil Vault, the rest of us on the water cooler. And get your tickets to see the Ace Man. Every show is selling out. Don't miss your chance. Get tickets now.